You're watching Local 4, home of ClickOnDetroit.com. WTIV Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
It happened in an instant.
It was the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life.
A deadly whiteout causes this catastrophic crash.
You can just see it behind me, just piling up, piling up, piling up.
2 children and 1 adult killed, many more hospitalized tonight.
And let's take a live look now at the scene of the crash. Hard to believe this is where it all happened. I-75 in Detroit is now back open, but crews spent more than 6 hours working to clear all of that wreckage. Good evening. This is Local 4 News at 6. Winter weather is known to cause crashes all the time, but this blast was sudden and blinding for drivers.
And it turned incredibly tragic. The crash happened in southwest Detroit around 9:30 this morning on a 1-mile stretch of southbound I-75 at Springwells. And tonight we've got complete coverage for you, from the hero stories that have emerged from this to the reason behind the whiteout. But we begin with the crash itself. Our Chauncey Glover has followed this for us all day long. Chauncey, this cleanup was once estimated to last through the evening.
Carmen, it was a massive cleanup. Police initially told us the road would not reopen until later on tonight, but take a look behind me. 75 South is back open. It's been open for nearly 2 hours now, and you see things are running pretty smoothly. Quite the contrast from this morning when dozens of drivers were suddenly blinded by the snow. It took crews 6 hours to clean up the mangled metal mess. But tire marks left on the road serve as a grim reminder of what happened here this morning.
Oh, it's scary. Real scary.
An unbelievable sight. Cars crushed into each other. Semis smashed, pinning cars against the guardrail. Wreckage tossed all over the highway. Remnants of a very scary, deadly pileup on 75 South.
All the cars in front of me were stopped and started piling up, and I tried to avoid the pileup.
The whiteout hit around 9:30 this morning, leaving drivers blinded, sending 35 cars crashing into each other.
I started braking, couldn't see nothing. I clipped the truck. I done a 360, hit the wall. Next I looked in my mirror, the semi-truck jackknife. He's coming over. I thought it was over with.
Lieutenant Michael Shaw described the rescue efforts as chaotic but controlled.
The first thing that we want to do naturally is do all the injuries, get those people out to the hospital.
Dozens were injured. Sadly, 3 people were killed, including a 7-year-old boy and a 9-year-old girl from Canada.
The sad part was, of course, with the fatalities involved in here, but I think that the troops out here and all the local departments in the county actually did a great job to get this place back open.
Sending our thoughts and prayers to all of those family members who were victims in this crash. I'm told that third victim is a 54-year-old man from Allen Park. We're live this evening. I'm Chauncey Glover, Local 4.
Chauncey, do we know where the pileup actually started?
Carmen, police tell me the initial crash happened about a mile up the road at Dearborn Avenue, and in between there were several mini crashes, and it all ended here at the last crash here at Springwells.
Our Chauncey Glover reporting for us live.
Well, something it's just about impossible to prepare for, but so many people then took action the moments after it happened. Drivers turning into heroes, helping anyone who needed it.
Our Sandra Ali joins us now live, and Sandra, their actions may have saved lives out there.
Oh, absolutely. You know, Carmen and Devin, we talked about how this all happened really in the blink of an eye, and it is so impressive to see how many people, heroes really, jumped in to help their friends, neighbors, even complete strangers.
I was sitting in the house, and next thing you know, I heard a big boom.
Chris Wright was in his living room when he felt his entire house shake. He ran across the street to try to help.
Terrible, terrible, horrible.
All at once it went white, and you start seeing the headlights flipping around, brake lights everywhere, and you're stopped.
Kurt Singhouse, a truck driver from Canton, jumped out of his semi to make sure no one else around him was trapped.
As I got out to make sure the 2 people who were behind me were okay, they seem to be all right. I mean, they got up underneath my trailer a little bit, but minimal damage, so they seem to be okay.
I could feel the lady who ran up under my bumper and then out that side, and You know, you could just feel the impacts one right after another.
When Philip's tractor trailer got hit, he scrambled to get out of his truck and jumped into action.
Yes, we started going from car to car, checking on people, you know, tending to the injured. We helped one guy get his door open so he could get out of the car.
The Salvation Army giving out blankets and hot cocoa to first responders. This young girl pulled from her car, warming up in the back of a fire truck. Others hugged on the side of the road, counting their blessings, knowing this could have been much worse.
We were really, really blessed. We were very blessed.
We've heard that a lot today. We should point out, of the 25 others hurt, some are still being treated for their injuries tonight. They're still at area hospitals. We're live on the city's southwest side. Sandra Ali, Local 4.
Yes, Sandra, in fact, those hospitals were very busy after the crash, and a number of people remain in the hospital right now.
That's right. At Children's Hospital, one of 2 children died this morning. We're told another's being treated, and doctors are optimistic about their recovery. 19 people were taken to area hospitals from the crash. 6 remain hospitalized tonight. Their conditions range from good to critical.
Now, driving through the snow, of course, is something you get used to. You live in Michigan long enough, but this was something very, very different.
That's right. Let's take a look at what it looked like moments before the crash on I-75. The conditions changed so quickly, making it nearly impossible to see anything in front of you. And this wasn't the only pileup caused by these whiteout conditions. This picture comes to us from US 23 in Genesee County, that's just south of Flint. It involved more than 30 cars and 14 people were hurt. So what causes these brief but blinding whiteout conditions? Chuck joins us now with the answer. Chuck?
Well, Carmen, Devin, we do try to get used to these this time of the year, but the 9:20 this morning leading up to 9:30, we had wind coming across Lake Michigan, picking up the moisture, bringing in lake effect snow showers and snow squalls. The snow squalls, the heavier snow and the darker blue bands. The band we're talking about is farther south. Visibilities could have dropped to 0. We're hearing whiteout conditions. We could be talking about snowfall rates on the order of 1 inch an hour, but it was moving so quickly that even just a coating complicated issues. There you now see, we're talking I-75 right here. We can use our analysis tools. There's that overpass at the Rouge, and right in here, from this blue line to basically this blue line, you're looking at a little less than a mile in distance, but this is that heavy band of snow, the squall. Notice as people were driving from the north to the south, they would have had light to moderate snow, entered that snow squall, blinding conditions, but it's not lost on me, and maybe you either, that the northbound traffic did not have the same kind of problem. So all kinds of issues coming together, temperatures in the low to mid-20s, blinding snow, and all those brake lights that some folks maybe couldn't even see because of what was going on. Let's show you what we have left now. Scattered snow showers are still around, and as we widen back out, they're dry there for now, but still these scattered snow showers, some darker blue shades are showing up, so we could still get a squall, but generally for the rest of the night, we're watching some of that diminish as the winds are. Current temp, 21 degrees, not a whole lot different than we've been through the afternoon. So as we head through the evening hours, still windy with some flakes, 18 by 8 o'clock tonight, and 10 o'clock tonight, we're down to about 18, a little less windy. We'll see in a few minutes, get you updated on the weekend forecast. Back to you.
Chuck, man, that's a great look at that squall this morning, how intense it was. We'll continue to follow the deadly whiteout on I-75 and the current weather conditions, both on air and online. Head to the homepage of our website. Click on Detroit.com.
The prosecution rests in the Kilpatrick corruption trial, and now the defense team will try to convince the jury Kwame Kilpatrick, his father, and friend are innocent of these serious federal charges. Let's get to Local 4 defender Kevin Dietz. He joins us live downtown. And Kevin, they've got a lot of work to do.
They do. Kwame Kilpatrick told me he's planning to be found not guilty. He has every intentions of being acquitted on all charges. How's he going to pull it off? Take a look. Month after month, Kwame Kilpatrick, Bobby Ferguson, and Bernard Kilpatrick have come to court and listened to prosecutors and witnesses accuse them of taking bribes and extorting contractors. Now it's their turn to bring witnesses. But don't expect any of the 3 defendants to testify.
No, I don't think they do. Too much to lose.
Attorney Todd Flood has represented both Kwame Kilpatrick and Bobby Ferguson on other unrelated matters. He says it's too risky for the defendants to take the stand. Flood says the defense will try and show the jury that the money Kilpatrick used out of the Civic Fund was for legitimate purposes.
He will probably bring someone in to describe what those funds were used for, that they were proper, that there was no personal gain based on those types of things.
The hundreds of thousands of unreported cash in his account were gifts and loans he's not required to pay taxes on.
Tax issues, obviously you got to have someone that comes up because the government did show a lot of money.
And that text messages and wiretaps may look bad, but that's how city government works, and it's not against the law. As for the witnesses like Derek Miller, Emma Bell, and Carl Cato, they'll try and make them look like liars trying to save their own skin.
Whatever the biggest witness that they had that may have hurt you, you have to hit that hard.
And they're going to have to hit that real hard for the defendants to get an acquittal. The jury is going to have to believe that all of those witnesses who testified over the last 60-some days were telling lies and making up stories about paying bribes and being extorted. The defense plans to take about a week to a week and a half. Then the case will go to the jury. Reporting live, Kevin Dietz, Defenders.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Now, don't forget to download our exclusive Kilpatrick Trial app, read up on the case, get background on all the major players, and get access to our exclusive courtroom blog. You'll find it free. Just go to your app store. Well, new at 6, a high honor for low crime rates. In fact, 2 local communities just named as some of the safest in the entire country. We'll have it for you coming up.
Also, you can run, but you can't hide from the nasty flu. Why avoiding the virus may be a little tougher than you think. Roger?
Last night we told you that some Detroit pension employees were getting 50% raises. That decision was reversed today. I'll tell you what happened coming up.
We've got an update tonight on a story we broke last night at 6. Controversial pay hikes adopted last week, rejected today for top staff members of Detroit's police and fire retirement system.
Yeah, one person's pay jumped from $120,000 to $185,000 a year. All that while thousands of city workers, of course, are taking pay cuts. Roger Weber went digging for answers and joins us now live. Roger?
Devin, fat raises like that are virtually unheard of in bad economic times, or good economic times for that matter. Even though several pension trustees are sticking to their guns, saying these employees deserve that big raise, they were outvoted today. The raises approved last week and reversed today were roughly 50% for Executive Director Cynthia Thomas and her assistant David Sidlinski. Their investment analyst, who is absent today, got an extra $65,000. Several trustees say those staffers are underpaid compared to those running other pension systems.
It's well managed, and we need to keep the people to manage it well. I mean, that's what the decision was based on.
Cheryl Johnson, who's one of Mayor Bing's appointees to the board, considers the pay hikes out of line when others in the city are losing pay.
Based on the condition of the city, the fact that a salary survey hadn't been done and there were no comps to compare to, I felt it was totally outrageous.
The staffers are paid through the pension, not the city budget. The issue of raises was never on last week's agenda. It was introduced and voted on after 4 of the mayor's representatives had left.
It looks bad and it smells bad.
The mayor's people say they sometimes have to leave the pension meeting because of their other duties. Still, another board member delivered this shot.
I would like to have our secretary find out if this is the first time that all you people are here at the time when the meeting starts, and you stick around till it's over.
But with nearly all the board members present today, and by a vote of 9 to 6, the raises were rescinded.
Honestly,
the police and fire pension covers about 12,000 current and retired employees. The trustees clashed today not just on the raises, but on the way they were adopted, coming up for a vote without even being on the agenda. That board has operated for a long time with no rules of parliamentary procedure, but in the wake of what just happened, that may be changing. In Detroit, I'm Roger Weber, Local 4.
All right, thank you, Roger. Well, tonight, 2 local communities have been named among the safest in the entire country. A new report just released puts Troy at number 18 and Farmington Hills at 19 in a list of 25 cities across the U.S. Mission Viejo, California, took the top spot, and sadly, Detroit took the top spot as the most dangerous city in the country. The group CQ Press looked at 6 crimes for the study from 2011: murder, rape, robbery, assault, burglary, and car thefts. In good health, keeping a safe distance from the flu may be harder than you think.
How far do you suppose you need to be away? A new study by Wake Forest University finds flu patients may be spreading virus particles up to 6 feet from where they're sitting at any given time. Half of the participants in the study released the virus into the air, and 1 in 5 was a so-called super emitter, releasing 30 times more virus. Researchers say the findings suggest the flu can spread further than previously thought. You don't have to be right on top of a flu patient to end up getting it. it. Tying the knot may help your heart. A new Finnish study finds unmarried men and women were more likely to suffer fatal and non-fatal heart attacks, regardless of age. Experts say having a constant companion may be the key.
Certainly having somebody that is supportive, having somebody that's there for you, having somebody that you can confide in, I think is a way to reduce stress and reduce the chances of a heart attack or death.
Researchers say married people who do suffer a heart attack may also receive help and life-saving treatment faster. That's important to keep in mind, too.
Well, eggs often get a bad rap when it comes to heart health. But tonight, a new review of several studies finds that for most people, eating an egg a day won't raise your risk of a heart attack or stroke. The exception? Well, people with diabetes may want to eat fewer eggs. And experts caution if you are eating eggs frequently, just hold the bacon. Speaking of heart health, the American Heart Association is encouraging everyone to wear red tomorrow to help raise awareness of women's heart disease. 1 in every 3 women will lose their life to heart disease. And if you are a woman who has survived heart disease, you're invited to a special casting call from 3 to 6 p.m. tomorrow at Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak. There you can share your story and take part in free health screenings. So for details, just go to clickondetroit.com/health.
Just about out of January, which means we're getting close to the one holiday every year that is dedicated to the weather.
Yes, right. Groundhog's Day. It's competing with the Super Bowl, but you know where my affections are.
And how
He's about 20 inches tall.
accurate is this groundhog?
Well, you know what's funny about that? It's funny you asked that. Punxsutawney Phil has his own PR team.
Yes.
So if you go to their website, and there is such a thing, he's never been wrong. Since the late 1800s,
No kidding.
he's never been wrong.
Wait a minute.
We're going to get that team upstairs. Take a look at where we're
working out that way.
Take a look. Yeah, he weighs about 20 pounds. You know, groundhogs are very clean. I just want to let you know. I know a lot about them. I've studied this my whole career. And then Bill Murray made a ton of money on it. 21 degrees right now. Yeah, I'll keep telling you this over and over again. Overcast skies. Wind chills are single digits. West-southwest winds at 17 miles per hour. We're still watching some gusts around 30. Doppler radar is still picking up scattered snow showers. Could we get a snow squall again? Yes. But notice what's been happening here as the wind subsides. There are still some darker blue areas. They're not as long across the state, and so it looks like as that stuff goes by, it's pretty quick, but we are watching the snow showers diminish as the wind diminishes. So there's a general trend here that's going on. High temp in the wee hours of the morning, 34. Record high was 60 set back in 1989. Yesterday, as you recall, in the early morning hours, 4 to 5 a.m. hour, I think we had 62 degrees. We didn't see 34 all afternoon long. We were low to mid-20s. So tonight, still an advisory up until about 7 o'clock. Windy with light snow showers. It's diminishing, but it's still cold enough that whatever light snow you get, it sticks and stays, so watch out for the icy spots. Overnight, diminishing winds, and that could lead to some diminishing snow showers. Daytime tomorrow, a little bit of sun could break through. It was trying to do its thing today. Here's a sneaky peek at tomorrow morning as you venture out. Could there be a snow shower? Yes. Not everybody's going to see it. This is not widespread snow. 15 degrees, sub-zero wind chills. A little breezy, but not those howling winds we had early this morning. 22 degrees now at City Airport. Ann Arbor's down to 19. Lansing is at 18 degrees. Grand Rapids has dropped off. And if you have travel plans to the west side of the state or you're going southwest towards Chicago, still some big-time snow coming in off of Lake Michigan. Current wind chills feels like temp in the single digits. Cold air blowing across Lake Michigan. And once again, it's classic. We've seen this several times this winter. They're cleared out from Chicago and Lake Michigan westbound. We're getting the winds of change in here, blowing in the cold air, scattered snow showers. One little Alberta clipper coming in Saturday. This is lunchtime. We could just see some light snow edging up from the south. But then as we advance towards Sunday into Monday, another Alberta clipper. It's going to track a little farther north, which means we have the potential for maybe a couple more inches of snow. Weather advisory is going to end shortly. Overnight windy with a few more snow showers, and then tomorrow relax winds. Everything's okay. Nighttime low tonight down to about 15, a few more scattered snow showers, and still wind chilly. Daytime tomorrow, hopefully we get a little peek at the sun that'll make 20 at least psychologically feel a little better. West winds at 15 to 25. Groundhog's Day on Saturday. You can celebrate, and then on Sunday, big Super Bowl day. Next week, Alberta clipper on Monday. I wish I had something every day to get you excited, but I only had 3 days there.
No,
there's a lot of excitement.
Have they already posted that Phil is right this year?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Well, Bernie's coming up with a look at sports, so don't go away. We're going to talk basketball instead of Super Bowl menus, but You got your.
Were we talking Super Bowl menus?
That's what we were doing
before we were,
yes,
and I was getting a little hungry. But go ahead. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Can you top the Super
question for the? No, I just make sure the audience was clued in.
Oh gosh.
Carmen will call you personally with the recipe.
Yep.
Give her your number. Yes, she will. The question for the Pistons is, what are they going to do with Brandon Knight now that they brought in Jose Calderon, who's one of the better point guards in the league? Well, we're being told Knight's going to play both spots, and the Pistons do like Calderon and probably would love to keep him. We've got highlights of Calderon obtained as part of that three-team deal last night, which sent Tayshaun Prince to Memphis. When Calderon learned of the deal, he didn't sound too enthusiastic.
It's been a while, and it's tough to leave behind a lot of friends. It's been my home for 8 years, and you know, I did everything possible for this team, and well, it's tough.
All right, Calderon originally from Spain, probably still from Spain. Pistons off till tomorrow. It's not like you're originally, and then all of a sudden, well, I'm not here anymore. I'm Toronto now. You know? Pistons off till tomorrow. That's when the Cavs come to town. Meanwhile, a couple of interesting moments from the NBA last night. We've got highlights. Let's start in New York, where Jameer Nelson gets called for an offensive foul here, gets upset, bounces the ball one time.
It goes in.
Oh, yeah, you know it's going in. Knicks won that game 113-97. And the shot of the night, Danilo Gallinari in the corner, goes flying out of bounds. Watch the shot. He throws it up. Look where he is. And it goes in. He had 27. Nuggets beat the Rockets 118-110. NFL, 3 days away from, that Super Bowl 47, I'm sorry. Baltimore receiver Torrey Smith says his preparation for this game, a lot like Michael Jordan's.
I definitely do that. I'm a big visual guy. I kind of took that from Michael Jordan. I remember reading it one time that he was a huge visual guy, and, you know, I think it helps.
Do you embrace pressure situations?
I love pressure situations. You know, that's when the best come out.
He's going to love it because they're going to win on Sunday. They are? They are, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Count it.
I'll tell you, I'm too scared to pick against him. I'm afraid Ray Lewis will come here. Golf today, Phil Mickelson came within a hair of shooting a 59 at the TPC in Scottsdale. We've got highlights. Here's Mickelson, started on the back at number 8. He is 11 under at this point. Par is 71 and just short. Okay, leaves the putt short. So he goes to number 9, 25-foot birdie putt. If he makes it, it's a 59, only done by 5 other golfers. It is and out. Finished with a 60. He still has the first round lead. Yeah, he's wondering. College basketball, Michigan State home against Illinois tonight. And finally, the Oklahoma-Baylor game stopped for a moment last night when a visitor showed up on the court. Was it a bird? Was it a plane? No, it was a little kid. Watch the right side of your screen in this segment we call Awe.
But he made some very unselfish basketball plays, and now the game is coming to him, and he's getting ready to take over. And they're going 6. They're going 6 against 5. Look at this.
Less. Look at Nelly, here we go.
That's beautiful, isn't it? Isn't that beautiful?
Father couldn't get there fast enough, could he? We've got to go.
NBC News next, see you at 11.